Day 5 on enslavement to self. Before complaining that you are a slave to another, be sure that you are not a slave to self. Look within. You will find, perchance, slavish thoughts, slavish desires, and in your daily life and conduct, slavish habits. Conquer these, cease to be a slave to self, and no man will have the power to enslave you. James Allen. It's easy to delegate responsibility for our lives and choices to other people. It's not your fault that you can't stick to a diet. It's because your friends constantly tempt you to grab something to eat with them. It's not your fault that you can't control your finances. It's those evil corporations that spend millions on advertising and leave you powerless to change. It's not that you lack willpower to exercise. People always want something from you and you never have the time to develop this healthy habit. In reality, nothing could be further from the truth. While external circumstances can affect you, in the end, whether or not they control your life depends on you. Just like James Allen said, when you achieve self-mastery, no one and no thing will have the power to enslave you. The next time you blame an external factor for your lack of self-discipline, think again. Was it the person eating chocolate next to you who controlled what you put in your mouth? Or was it you? Now, I've read these entries daily without actually commenting on them or offering my opinions on them because I wanted them to be quick. But this one really resonated with me that I have to say this because I had struggled with the same thing for a very long time and only realized it recently that mastery of self is really important because I realized that a lot of people in this world do so many things in order to try and fit into a crowd only with the effort of standing out. So what I mean by that is a lot of people work hard so they can buy the expensive car or have the expensive phone or buy the expensive house or do something that will make them part of the crowd, but all of it is also in an effort to stand out of the crowd. That's why it has to be the expensive card or the expensive clothes or the expensive house. It can't just be a normal car or house because you're just gonna be like everybody else. So at the end of the day, all of these people will eventually wake up and realize that they're doing all of this not because they want to, but because they have to. When they have to wake up in the morning and slave themselves at work because they have bills to pay, monthly bills that they've created. And you could blame the world, but the world can only need so much from you. You don't need to have the best car or the best phone or the best house. You just need a car or a house or a phone or whatever it is. So we really need to be careful with this. And Jim Carrey said, I don't know if I'm quoting this right, but Jim Carrey said, I wish everybody could make all the money in the world and get everything they could ever want so that they can realize it's not the answer. And I think that's really what it's all about, that although poor people think that is an idiotic thing to say or it doesn't make sense, it's something that only people who have actually been to the place where they've reached and achieved all their goals and made all the money they've wanted to make to realize um, that it's not the answer. So a poor person cannot say that the saying money cannot buy you happiness is sort of invalid because if you're poor you don't qualify, you know? And yeah, this part was a really, it resonated with me and that's why I had to comment on this one. So see you in the next one. Oh, and one more thing I want to add to this is that you can improve your ability to consume, but that does not really ever improve the quality of your life. And what I mean by that is you can know what the latest tech is, what the latest gadget can do, and what the biggest house with the biggest fancy things can do, but how does that really translate to improving your life? I think that's how we should think. I think that's how we should look at things. That if you keep yourself aware of the latest phones coming out, or the latest cars coming out, or the best clothes to wear and what looks best and all of that stuff, how does that really improve the quality of your life? Because it takes a lot of time to perfect, and even just to barely consume at a minimal level where you're competing with billions of people out there. And if you in turn used all of that time to actually better yourself, like instead of always watching the latest videos about dope tech, you would watch videos about how to improve your life, how to master your own emotions, and how to avoid anxiety, and even learning a skill that you've never learned before. If you invest the time in improving yourself, you might find that that simple switch can make your life a lot better. And it did for me. Um, that's why I'm not. That's why I'm now reading books, and it's important that we are aware of these things. Yeah, that's my 2 cents about it. Let me know in the comments down below if you feel the same, or what your take is. I'd love to hear your feedback as well on all of these entries. All right, peace.